In this video, we're going to talk about how a keto diet with lots of alkaline foods is really the best kind of diet. Hi, I'm Laura Rimmer, owner of KetoLifetime.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about exactly why alkaline foods are so important when you're following a ketogenic diet. So to give you a little bit of my background on why I've come to this conclusion, I am a nutritionist and I started out years ago as an alkaline diet fan, got into the alkaline diet in a big way, ran marathons on an alkaline diet, even an ultra marathon of 32 miles. I went from overweight, unfit smoker at university to lean, fit, non-smoker. Really did well in terms of transforming my life and health under an alkaline diet, and eventually I went completely plant-based vegan, and with a real focus on alkaline foods. So lots of leafy greens and healthy oils and fats, but not too many of those, more kind of high carb. And completely removed animal products. So I had whole grains and things, but no eggs, no meat, no fish, no dairy. And I kind of thrived on that for a few years. So that was working for me. Wrote my book, The Alkaline 5 Diet, as a fully plant-based vegan, high-carb, low-fat vegan. And as I say, that worked for a number of years. However, as the years went on, after about 3 or 4 years fully plant-based, I started losing some of the energy that I was experiencing. I noticed that my cravings for sugar really went up, and I could kind of sense that my blood sugar was getting out of whack. And when I tested my blood sugar, that was true, because I was eating so many carbs. It was spiking blood sugar and I was getting a dip and cravings. And so I noticed that. And also my digestion started to be not as good. Started getting a lot of bloating, and I felt some intolerances. And looking back, that was due to all the lectins I was having from nightshade vegetables, eggplants and courgettes, and raw tomatoes and things like that. So it started not working as well for me, a completely plant-based alkaline diet. So I dug into the research, the medical research, the nutritional research even more, and there was a couple of interesting things that I found. And one of those was that saturated animal fat is actually really good for you. And the main reason I went into veganism in the first place was not just for the animal welfare side of things. That was one factor, but it wasn't my main reason. My main reason was the fact that I saw in a lot of the medical literature and research and sports nutrition research that saturated animal fat is bad to you and is linked to heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and the other big diseases, obesity. So that's what led me into veganism. However, my deeper research, I really had to dig to find a lot of this stuff, showed me that actually saturated animal fat is not only not bad for you, it's not only just good for you, but it's actually essential. So I learned through the works of people like Professor Tim Noakes in South Africa, who's kind of single-handedly pioneered the health of the nation in South Africa with a low-carb, high-fat diet. People like him, Gary Taubes, who writes extensively about the conspiracy around saturated fats, Nina Teicholz, who writes about the conspiracy and propaganda around our nutritional guidelines, and the works of people like Dr. Eric Westman and Dr. Stephen Phinney on the benefits of a low-carb, high-fat diet, led me to see that yes, saturated animal fat is actually essential to our good health, because there's fat-soluble vitamins that are very, very hard to get on a completely plant-based diet, and certainly on a low-fat diet. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K2, and not to believe the hype when people say that you can get those vitamins in plant forms, because you can't. Things like retinol are only found in animal fat forms of vitamin A, for example. So when I learned this, that posed a dilemma for me. Do I stick with being vegan and plant-based in the face of this body of evidence, this new body of evidence that I found? And I decided, no, I don't stick with that. Even though I'd written a book on this stuff, the benefits of a low-fat, high-carb diet, I decided to, take a big deep breath, put on my big girl pants, man up, if you like, summon up some courage, and turned away from a plant-based vegan diet, and kind of at the same time really wrangled the vegan community locally, caused a lot of furore. That community turned against me, told me I was a really bad person because I now started eating meat. But whatever, I had to stand by my own integrity and in light of what I found to be true. So came out of veganism and went into the complete opposite kind of diet, a high fat and eventually a ketogenic diet. So what I found was that we have essential things that we need in our diet. So we need essential fats, we need essential proteins, but we don't need carbohydrates. So therefore, I now followed a diet that was low in carb, high in fats, particularly saturated animal fats, and moderate-ish in protein. And I was thriving on that diet and I loved it. This was a new experience for me. However, again, after a little while, I started experiencing problems. So if you've ever tried a keto diet, then you may have experienced these things. So to start with, constipation, I'll be completely honest and blunt. Constipation, bloating, cravings, sugar cravings. But the most disturbing out of all these things was insomnia and heart palpitations. So I couldn't sleep very well. I felt wired and tired, but couldn't sleep. And I would go to bed and my heart was pounding. So I had to eventually come off the ketogenic diet, stuck with still a low carb, high fat diet, but had to come out of keto, which was disappointing for me because from the research that I'd done and the interviews I did on my podcast, Eternal Health, with people like Professor Tim Noakes, I knew intellectually that a keto diet was an excellent way to achieve great health, great energy, great mental clarity, great focus, good mental health, good digestive health, stabilizing blood sugar, preventing and even potentially reversing diabetes, cancer, heart disease. So I was, disappointed that I couldn't follow the keto diet. However, I didn't just leave it there. I kept researching, and one thing kept coming up. When you're on a keto diet, you need to be mindful of your electrolytes. And it's something I just kind of skipped over. And then when I actually thought about it, what are electrolytes? Electrolytes are alkaline minerals, so potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sodium in particular. And it hit me like a light bulb or like a ton of bricks one day. A ketogenic diet needs to have alkaline foods. I'd researched and written books on the benefits of alkaline foods, and I'd thrown the baby out of the bath with the bathwater. When I went from high carb, low fat to low carb, high fat keto, I threw out all the stuff that I knew on alkaline diets, thinking that I now had to go into this high saturated animal fat diet at the expense of those carbohydrate rich alkaline foods, thinking it would not be compatible with the keto diet. When I researched this more, really honed in on those two things, keto and alkaline, I put together a plan, my keto life plan, which is a real crossover of the two. So it is low carb, completely ketogenic, so 80% fat, about 15% protein and 5% carbohydrates, so less than 25 grams a day of net carbs, but had lots of fiber and had lots of alkaline minerals and chlorophyll. And that combination, that was the sweet spot. That's what gave me the ability to go back into keto, drop all the cravings, the sugar cravings, not have an insomnia anymore, sleep well, no heart palpitations, great mental clarity, and that was it. That was it. Light bulb moment. that was the success with the keto diet. Now, a lot of keto experts will give a cursory mention to the importance of electrolytes on a keto diet, but they don't go into exactly what foods are alkaline, which foods to eat in abundance, which foods to eat sparingly, and they don't give you any kind of plan. My full Keto Life meal plan and coaching program gives exactly what you need to thrive on a keto diet with alkaline foods. But I would say a great place to start for you if you're new to the alkaline diet, if you're new to the keto diet, or indeed if you're very familiar with either or both of those diets, do go and grab yourself my Keto Alkaline Foods List, a comprehensive foods list which shows you exactly all the keto foods to eat freely, moderately, sparingly, and to avoid. And it breaks down, it shows you in green italics all the alkaline foods. So this is a great food list that you can print. It's full color, it's an attractive, easy to follow list. Have it to hand, save it, print it out, and use it for your benefit for thriving on a keto diet with a focus on alkaline, mineral-rich foods, those electrolytes that your body so needs for good muscular health, cellular health, mitochondrial health, endocrine system health, hormonal health, nervous system, all that stuff. It needs these alkaline electrolyte minerals to thrive. And when you combine that with a low carb, high fat ketogenic diet rich in fat soluble vitamins, you're onto a winner, my friend. So go and download my food list. You can do that at ketolifetime.com/foods list. I'm Laura Rimmer, keto and alkaline nutritionist, and I look forward to speaking to you in another video very soon. Bye for now.